Alrighty, how's it going? I'm SmartAleck24, and I'm going to do a guide on the Batman Returns goal for Big20 number 22. The goal is to beat Catwoman, who is the boss of Stage 2, or Area 2, whatever you want to call it. So, the goal is not super long or anything. I think, you know, the fastest time is probably going to be under 5 minutes, just barely, and, you know, under 10 minutes is still pretty good. So, plus there's going to be, I'll get to it, but there's basically a strat that's going to change because you don't have to save batarangs for later. So, okay, I cannot remember, I'll look at it real quick. Okay, so you're going to press, so timing is going to start when you press start here. I do just want to point out that you're going to skip a cutscene after you press start here. If you're already holding select and then you press start, it will skip the cutscene immediately, and it'll immediately go into the, you know, text showing what the stage is. However, if you're on EverDrive, make sure your save states are off, but if you're on Power Pack, you might have to press start and then press select and lose a couple of frames. So you could, you know, start and then select immediately. That's just frames though, it's not anything crazy. So, but yeah, if you hold select and you press start, I mean right there, that's the menu, but it skipped the cutscene immediately. So anyways, I'll go over, so you move around with the D-pad up and down, left and right. A is to your jump, B is to attack, but there's a lot of different other moves. So if you hold down and A, hold down and jump, you slide. I'm actually going to make a save state right at the beginning there. Just so that yeah. Alright. So, yeah. Hold down and A, that's slide. And then, if you press select, you go to your batarangs here. And to use your batarang, you hold up and you attack, and you'll throw a batarang. It goes straight forward. And then this is a grapple. I think in this goal you're only going to use this once, but we'll get to that. And then, this is kind of the important move. If you press A and B within 3 frames of each other, you will do a cape slash. Now, it's a really strong attack, but as you see, my health is going down. So if you want to conserve health, you probably don't want to be doing this. But I will show, I'm already almost there. So you're probably wondering, if you get down to 1 HP, what happens? You can just keep doing this. You're at 1 HP, but you can keep doing this. So yeah. As long as A and B are within 3 frames of each other, you should get it. But if you, like, don't do it right, you might jump on accident, or, like, you'll just attack. I'm actually trying to mess it up and it's not working, or something like that. So, anyways, and yeah, you can switch items while pause, so if you need to bail yourself out, pause the game and switch items, but I don't think you're gonna need to do that. Also, you technically could just mash the button to keep sliding, you don't have to, like, time it. I do it because I'm used to it, but, hang on, that's not right. Okay, sorry, I'm fixing my save state. Okay, so anyways, you could fight enemies normally like that, that's no problem. Or you can do a cape slash to take out enemies quicker. Also, there are items in this game, I'll point each one out when we get there. There's one item I would highly advise everybody get. And items have health or batarangs, stuff like that. Also, at certain point increments, you'll get health increases, or like refills, I mean. I don't remember them off the top of my head. I don't know if you're even going to hit one in this goal, but that's something to look out for. So, also, you can do a jump kick. If you jump and then press B, you're always going to be moving forward. You can't, like, if you do the kick, you're committed to it. So you can't go up or down either. So just keep that in mind. Anything else movement-wise? I think that's it as far as your movement and stuff like that, and your attacks. So I will go ahead and get to it. So the rule of thumb is between each encounter, you should slide a lot. Like, just slide. And your slide is an attack as well. And something I also want to point out, if you attack an enemy, they will be in hit stun for a little bit, and that's actually enough time for you to do a cape slash right after, or just do another attack. So let me go over here. So for example, if I'm struggling, I can. Oh, that's not a good show. Let me do it this way. So I can do something like that if I need to, or like slide and stun them for a bit, and then do the thing. So yeah, and yeah, break that present open and get that. So I think now I'm just gonna go start going through this normally. So first two enemies, if you don't want to cape slash, just fight them normally. You've got your jump attack, you've got your slides. Normally on those guys that I just took out, it's 2 slides and like they'll get knocked back and then you have to hit them one more time, but a cape slash will take them out immediately. If you can try to group enemies together, there's going to be some places that's easier to do than others, but try to group enemies together if you can. That way you can do your cape slash and it'll hit everybody. Get that health. That guy's already going to walk toward you, same for that guy. You can do 2 cape slashes there to quickly take him out. Take these guys out however you see fit. Again, something like that can work, however, you got to be careful about you taking damage. I also don't mash the B button like super fast because I think if you separate it out a little bit, it will I can't think. If you separate it out a bit, I feel like you do a bit more damage. If you want to do that and get them close together to do your cape slash, go right ahead. Get your health. Again, you don't have to do any cape slashes in this goal if you want. I may even do an example run sometime later without a single cape slash if people want that. But, yeah. So we've got 3 of these guys. So it's 2, 2, and then 3. And then I think there's going to be 2 here, yep. And then these tall guys have a lot more health. The idea is, well, what I like to do is I like to do the jump kick to stun them, and then cape slash, and then do it again. You can slide instead if you don't want to do the jump kick, but I find this to be easier. Like so. And there's going to be a second one. And there you go. So now we have these 2 guys. I try to group them together like that, or try to get them to walk to you so that you can do your cape slash. Something else I should point out. I'm going to make a save state right here. That was not a good example at all. Let me. So I was going to point out that if you knock away an enemy off the side, they're going to walk back. So, like, I'm gonna see if I can maybe do it with this guy over here. So, okay, that right enemy, I knocked him away off the screen. He came back. If you're standing directly on the right and the enemy has not come back, that's because he's not there. You have to walk a little bit more left to get him to come out. I don't remember the exact lineup, but basically, if there's an enemy that you knocked off screen, he's not back, you gotta walk the opposite direction a little bit. Or you have to go the other direction a little bit, and then he'll be there. So. Also, holding down and B is block, but there's not really a use for that. It did block that attack for me, but maybe it is useful in the early game, but yeah. Anyways, that item is health. No reason to ignore that. I would not skip a single health pickup, honestly. Alright, so here, we have ice. So you're gonna slide around more here. Once I take these guys out, I can show you better. But yeah, now you have 2 of those tall guys. So I'm holding up... Okay, spoiler alert. But basically it's ice, so you're gonna slide around. So just keep that in mind. It won't matter too much, I don't think, but yeah. Okay. So again, you can do the jump kick and then cape slash, or you can slide. In fact, I'll even show it. So like, And yeah, if you don't want to do cape slashes, you can just do the slide attack until they're taken out, and then when they're done at 1 HP. So I'll do that one more time, and then I'm moving on. So without any cape slashes, it'll look something like this. You can just keep sliding through them. Remember, it's down and then jump, and you'll have it. So, not too bad. It is a little bit slower, but it's not too bad. Alright, now we have these motorcycle guys. There's 2 ways you can take them out. Either 1 cape slash, or 3 attacks. I'm going to show the easy way first. So, this guy, I believe, will always be... I think he'll always come out in the middle. So, you can just be prepared for that. So once you hear that noise, he's going to come out, and he's going to be in the middle there every time, I'm pretty sure. If not, then sorry. But you're going to jump kick him there. So basically, you're going to use your jump kicks. I think I need to go over this one more time, because he has a couple of things he can do. I'm going to make the save state after these 2 guys, because I trust you guys on this section. I think you'll be alright. By the way, if an enemy has like 1 HP left after a jump kick or a slide, you can just punch him. You don't need to do a cape slash or anything. Okay. I'm gonna make a save right there. Perfect. Okay. So you can do a jump kick there. So I'm waiting for him to do something real quick. Okay, this. If he's driving slower, that means he's gonna turn around on the other side of the screen and come back. Now, he might go the entire way down, or he'll leave whenever he feels like it. So if he's going slow, yeah, he may just come all the way down here. So yeah, this is your first option. This is easier, is to just, and if you miss one, it's okay, is to just do your jump kicks. Just jump and kick when you're aligned with him, and you'll hit him in the head. If you want to be a little faster, don't do that. Come on. You can cape slash him. You got to be in the right position, though. And this is hard to do on the ice, too, because when you stop moving... When you stop moving, you're going to slide a bit. I honestly may not advise it right there. Okay, so I did hit him there on the way back, which that works just the same. But you need to be above him a little bit or below him a little bit. I think if you're directly lined up with him... and he does have a shadow. If you look, it may not be on my capture, I can't tell, but he does have a shadow, so don't line up with that. But yeah, you can even do something like that if you want, if you don't want to do the 3 kicks, or if you miss the first kick or something, but you want to go for a cape slash, go for it. Or you might want to conserve your health. It's up to you. So we got one of these guys. Think another one comes out, yeah. So yeah, some screens it's 1 enemy at a time, other times it's everybody. So, and then there's one more item box with some health. But yeah, you can do this if you want, just slide around the whole time. Or equally, you could jump kick. Jump kicking is a little slower, but you know, hey. This is safe. It is safe if you'd rather do it this way. Or you can cape slash. Alright. So now, those 3 guys, well, that group of 3, that is the last, section of enemies before the boss. So once you walk off here, it's going to load into this area, and we've got this guy. So, there are a couple things you can do. Normally, you would not use batarangs here, or like you would maybe use 1 or 2 if you really wanted to. But because of the goal, it's actually worth it to do this. So, I'll show that off. Make a save right there. So if you want, switch to your batarangs. Watch out for that barrel. Hold up and attack. And already he has half of his health. So now what we're going to do, you could be reckless and try your cape slashes against him. I don't advise that. So I'll start it over. Actually, can you hit him from when he's still holding the barrel? I don't think you can. Wait until he throws the barrel, and then you can use your battering. Because there's another boss later who's just like this, but he has 1 extra attack. So, when you are a certain distance away from him, like right around there, he's going to do that attack, and then he's going to stop. He's always going to throw those punches, move forward, and then he's going to stop. He's not going to do anything. But if you are still standing there, he's just going to do it again. Like, he'll eventually do it again, so you can't just stand there forever. Anyways, so I would throw 2 batterings, wait for him to attack you, and then slide twice. The first slide will hit him. The second slide, you will move away from him so that you can get some distance from him. Because he can't run or anything. And then if you're stuck like that, it's okay. I guess, well, I'll start it over because I keep talking. Alright, so, throw a battering, throw another one, bait him to attack, slide twice. You could even, like, throw, oops, I missed, don't do that. But, like, you could throw one more there and then slide twice. And then when you're out of batterings, all you're gonna do is just... It technically works with just 1 slide, but if you want to slide twice and then come back a little bit, that's fine too. I'm pretending as if I don't have that last battering. And then, get that box. I'll do that fight again and then I'll explain why you need that. Well, I mean, it's a health upgrade. Not just a refill, an upgrade. Yeah, you could do that. And then slide. 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 There you go. And the box will appear, if you're standing on the right side of the screen, it'll appear left, and vice versa. Okay. So I'm out of batterings, but that's okay. So we're on 2-1. I'm actually gonna save again. Alright. Break that fire hydrant, and you have 4 more batterings. Make sure you break this fire hydrant up here. It's directly above you. Alright. Do your slides here. We've got 3 more enemies. Now, you'll notice the box, and you'll see, like, the bat symbol to the right of that. That means you have... So, my HP, it has everything except for 1, because I just used the cape slash. So, it's got that plus 1 more. Full bar. So, if I lose this health bar, the box will automatically use... and I'll just replenish that whole bar of health. So you can't, like, refill the health early or anything. It's literally just is showing you that you have 2 bars of health. 2 rows, whatever. So, I don't think you can, yeah, that's just background. Alright. So I'll do this again because that's important too. So yeah, get these batterings. And then you've got these 3 enemies, and then we've got these 2 guys who are gonna charge in the middle. So get to the middle and do a cape slash. I'm gonna do it one more time. Again, if these guys are walking around and stuff like that, you can stun them like that. Sorry, I'm making a lot of save states, but... So you just want to time it like that. I'm gonna see if I can give a different strat. If you're struggling with that, you can, like, stun them like that. And then these guys are gonna shoot from the side. So it's always 3 shots and then they do something different, or they move. So 3 shots, and then you can go down and slide attack and do that, if you'd rather do that. You can afford to be a little bit more reckless with the cape slashes starting in stage 2. Stage 1, not really, if you're not comfortable with that first boss. So, alright. These 2 guys, similar to what you've done before. If an enemy is down, like, on the bottom of the screen, and they just, like, won't come up, I like to just keep sliding there until they finally do. Up to you. Up to you. You can wait for them to walk back up, or you can stay down there and slide. Alright, so now we have these enemies up here. They're always going to come out in the same position. So, you'll get to this point with the gate in the back. That enemy's going to walk toward the left, and he's always going to land in the same spot, so you can do a cape slash. And then stun him, cape slash. So I'll do that in real time. I messed up. So Cape Slash, and then sometimes he'll do that. You only need 2 Cape Slashes technically. So like you could slash him off the screen and then move down a little bit, and so like do that, move down a bit, and then hit him again. This one has some health. Pick that up. And again, movement between the fights, I would advise sliding because it's very fast as a movement option. That adds up. Now, enemies can jump over you if you slide. It does happen. Not that often, but yeah. I am butchering this one. But yeah, there's another group of 3. There's going to be a motorcycle here. Same concept. The Cape Slash is a little bit dangerous for the motorcycle guys, just because the hitbox is kind of weird. And then you've got another one of these guys. Take them out with 2 Cape Slashes. I'll even show... Like, I'll show off if you don't want to do a Cape Slash. I think at this point it's worth it to do it because you picked up the box. If you didn't pick up the box in the first boss... I mean, that's... You technically could do it. But I don't advise that. And then there's some more health there. So I'm actually going to go back some. Because I went through a couple of those things a little fast. It might be worth it to jump kick and then Cape Slash those 2 guys because they're probably gonna jump at the beginning. Anyways. Yeah, that's not good, unfortunately. If you can't get all 3, 2 is still good. I'm gonna save state. I actually didn't even test if... Okay. Batarangs will kill in 1 hit, which is fine. I think that is an effective strategy, but I say I think because we are going to use Batarangs on Catwoman, which is the goal. There you go. And there you go. So there's 2 of those guys, but it's the same concept. They're always going to land in those same positions. So as soon as they land, do your Cape Slash and you've already taken out half their health. And then get some health there. We've got 2 more of these guys. Oops. Yeah, that's me missing a Cape Slash. And there you go. And then here, as soon as you see Catwoman, just press select. You skip the cutscene. Now, I did forget to mention this, but I'll mention it now. If you die on that first boss in 1-1, or 1-2, you're back at 1-1. But Catwoman is on stage 2-3. So when you clear 2-1, that's the end of that stage. You never have to see it again. So now we're here, 2-2. So grapple is going to be used on this stage a couple of times for sure, and then a couple other times just if you need to. So you can hit the eyeballs on these things up here. Some of them don't have any items. Some of them do. So anyways, we've got this guy. Take him out. And then there's going to be enemies that come out from the curtains. They are not weak enough to where you can just hit them in 1 Cape Slash and be done, so just be mindful of that. There's going to be a group of 3 here. You can, like, jump kick and then do the Cape Slash, and that'll be that. There's some health on the second eyeball, so I'll go through that again. So the first eyeball, I don't think there's ever anything in that one. I might be wrong, but yeah. So anyways, we've got 2 guys behind the curtains. Again, they're not going to be strong enough to take out with just 1 Cape Slash, so you'll have to do something. And then these guys will be weak enough to do a Cape Slash. So after the group of 3, if you want some health, hit that eyeball with the grapple. To use the grapple, it's up and B, just like the Batarangs. These 2 guys, Cape Slash. There might be another one, that's fine. Take him out. Oh, I thought that one guy was gonna come back. Okay, it goes to show you what I know about enemies and their health values. So we've got a motorcycle here after those two red enemies. This is the safe way, is to just jump kick. Here, I'll even do it again. Oops. So once you hear that motorcycle revving noise, that means that there's gonna be a motorcycle enemy. So the easy strat is to just let him drive and you'll jump kick him. That's easy. We've got two of these blue-ish enemies. Same concept. Group them together, take them out. Now we have these guys. So... Okay. That is about as good as it's gonna get. It's... These guys are kind of annoying. No, I'll be straight up front with y'all. So again, I'm trying to do the safe strat. So if that happens, actually, I think if the motorcycle guy goes all the way to the bottom and you can't hit him with a jump attack, I would try a cape slash, because your hitbox actually might still hit him. I don't know if it'll hit him. You can try it. Otherwise, you have to wait. So, all right, I'll take this guy out and then we'll move on. So there's that. Okay. So at 20,000 points, you get some extra health. That might have happened on the last attempt, and I just missed it. That's fine. Okay. So these guys are always going to move down right first. So what they like to do is, it's similar to the other guys. They will stand, like the guy with the rocket launcher, they'll stand on the side and shoot a fireball. But if you move closer to them, they may start shooting more fireballs. There's some enemies like them who have more health than they do, so that's complicated. But anyways, they're always going to move down right. You can hit them with a cape slash. And then if they go to the side, even better, if they run toward the middle, you can hit them with a cape slash as they're doing that. Might be a little bit tough on timing, but... And then if... One thing you can do is on the side, you can just go up to them and just cape slash while they're standing there shooting. Just like get in the general space and cape slash. Or, yeah, that's probably what I would advise. So, this is important. If you want to knock out half of Catwoman's health when you get to that boss fight, after those two guys with the spears, the tridents, whatever, use your grapple on this eye and you'll pick up that item. You want that. And then you'll go here. Okay. So, on this screen and another screen later that's just like this, you cannot switch your items, and you also can't move, like, up or down. You can still slide. So you're gonna slide over here. After you go up the first grapple, you're just gonna get underneath, hold up, and grapple. After that, you're gonna slide in this corner, and if you do that, you get some batarangs here. If you're good on batarangs, you don't need to slide there. But anyways, there's nothing else to pick up here. It's just those batarangs. So go over here, and now you're in this area. I'm just gonna do that. Alright. If you have batarangs, you could just use some here to take these guys out. This floor is electric, so the more you walk on it, the more damage you're gonna take. So just be mindful of that. It's probably not gonna be a big deal, but... another strategy, if you want to save batarangs, is just get over to where they are and do your cape slashes. If you have the health for it, I would advise that. And then we're going to get a couple of these guys. As far as I know, they don't take damage from the electricity on the floor. Maybe they do, I don't know. But anyways, take those two out. Now we have this part. So these little mini copters are going to fly around and drop bombs and break the floor. To take them out, you need to use your grapple, get underneath them, and use it. Slight problem. If you fall down, you're back here. And you've got to redo this part. So, you really just need to be careful. Thankfully, it's very easy. Just jump over the gaps. If another thing to point out is I'm actually trying to do it. You can get hit by the bomb, and if you get hit by the bomb, it won't... So, like, right there. I got hit by the bomb. It didn't break the floor. So, something else to think about. But anyways, you don't have to be directly under their shadow. You can be, like, some space in front of it and still use the grapple and still hit the chopper. So you're going to hit one there. Same thing here. Now, they were pretty nice on that pattern. Sometimes they're not so nice. So, this is unfortunately one of those parts where I have to just say, just do the best you can with it. You could even, like, wait in the middle and wait for him to fly to you. That way you have some time to, like, react. But anyways, after those two choppers, you're good at this point. You're not going to fall down now. We've got two more tall guys. There you go. And then two more, the rocket launcher guys. I tried to get both of them to run toward me, but I think I moved, and that caused it to mess up. So, alright, so now we have another section like this. And if you slide in the corner here, a heart will appear over here. You may as well do it. Oops. Yeah, you gotta make sure you're right underneath that bar there. Okay. And plus, you want that health for the Catwoman fight, which we're already at. So anyways, there's gonna be some dialogue here. I think, yeah, you gotta just mash A through it, no problem. That item that we picked up on from that last eyeball, we threw it at Catwoman. She's already gonna start the fight at this amount of health. If you forget that item, you just have to do this fight with her full health, but if you remember to get that item, you're already down to this much. And what you're gonna do is try to get away from her. If she does get close to you, you can cape slash. And you're just gonna throw batarangs. Now, she can block it with her whip. She can block it with her whip. You know, maybe not always, so anyways. If you don't have batarangs, you'll want to cape slash and try to stun her with a slide kick, or sometimes you'll knock her away. In fact, I'm starting to think you can't stun her with the slide kick. Yeah, just slide kick or jump kick until she's down. That's the next best solution. You can't stun her, so I thought you could, but I'm misremembering. And you don't have to be far away to use the batarang. But yeah, if she's using her whip attack, the batarang just won't hit her. So. And then, I don't know if timing ends here, or if you have to press select to get here. But in any case, that's the goal. Which, that works out, because stage 3, this is a pretty complicated stage. And then stage 4 has an auto-scroller, and then a really annoying boss. Stage 5 is also just kind of complicated. The game gets hard. Like, really hard. But I think that's a pretty good way to, like, get a taste of this game. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything last minute I should talk about. I don't think so. Just in case. If you do fall down, it will put you later, it'll put you back in a section. So, like, if I fall in the second section, it's gonna put me... Actually, I think in the first section, too, it does this. But yeah, it'll put you back at the motorcycle guy, and you have to replay that whole section. Those enemies by that electric floor are going to respawn. I think, inadvertently, it'll give you a second chance to pick up the item for Catwoman. Oh, that is something I need to make sure I show. Is this the right one? It's the one after, I think. Okay. Sorry, I completely forgot to discuss this. If you hit this eyeball while these two enemies are still alive, or if just one is still alive, it's a heart. And now I can't get that item to throw at Catwoman. I can't get it. So I can't get it. Make sure you take them out and then hit the eyeball. Yeah. Just make sure you do it that way. All right. I think I've covered everything that you need to know. Again, nothing extremely complicated or extremely like, you know, with some practice, this will get easier. The first section is kind of hard just because if you die on that first boss, you're back at the very beginning. One other thing I'll mention about that boss, if you do die, what save state is it? This one? All right, let's just die because that way I can show this off. So he's actually like playing nice for some reason. Anyways, but yeah. So let's say you do die on the first boss. Don't start the whole game over or anything. Just hit continue here. And when you respawn, you're actually going to have a little bit more health than you normally would have. And it will keep happening the more game overs you have. That's kind of the game's way of giving you like a little bit of a silver lining, I guess. So, yeah. I think, okay, now I think I've covered everything. So if there is something that I need to cover, or if I didn't explain something right or whatever, I am more than happy to help out. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got. So good luck with learning this goal. And anybody doing the Big 20, good luck on this one and the other 19 games. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.